Hello. I am starting out on a driving adventure today. I am headed to Wheeler, Kansas. That is a tiny little spot above St. Francis, Kansas that I have visited in the past. For Christmas this past year, my wonderful daughter got me a book called Kansas Curiosities. She heard me talk about Kansas when I've gone to car shows there and got me a book that mentions some very small, out-of-the-way places, little towns that have little things that are pretty interesting, like the world's largest ball of twine and the largest Czech egg, Czech being CZECH, with some Czechoslovakian immigrants that moved there and settled and so forth. So tiny little towns in the U.S., which I love. I love to visit little places in the U.S., especially the Midwest and the Southwest. They have a lot of Americana. They're very respectful. They're very nice people. And I absolutely love to visit these little towns that have a peach festival or garlic festival or something like that. So I am going today to visit the Cherry Creek Encampment. That is a memorial to some massacred Native Americans. It's a very dark portion of the United States history, and this little town put up a memorial for the First Nation or Native Americans that were there, and I'm going to take a peek at it. And I have the day off. I'm semi-retired now, and it's easily within my automobile's range with a charging stop or two to get there and visit this little memorial. I will do some research and get the entire history that occurred there. It has something to do with General Custer. It's where the Cheyenne Indian tribe declared war on the U.S. Army with, from what I can tell, good reason to do so. I'm going to go take a peek at what the townspeople of St. Francis, Kansas, or Wheeler have done for that little memorial. So it's going to be a nice trip today. I like to drive, and I'm going to have a nice trip, I think, to Kansas to see this memorial. I had to have a bio break in Callahan because I had a large cup of coffee. If there's one thing I like, it's a well-stocked coffee bar, and the loaf and jugs in the area seem to have a really good setup. Another thing I like are the rolly thingies. These are little pancake or tortilla flauta kind of size things where you can get that have sausage and all sorts of stuff, and I like them quite a bit. So I stopped in and got another cup of coffee and a tornado. Who doesn't like a tornado? I like rolly thingy food, I really do. So I stop in, have a bio break real briefly, and then get a morning breakfast item. That does taste like French toast. It's got the sausage. Pretty nice. Pumpkin spice coffee. I got everything I need for a successful road trip. Oh, that's marvelous coffee. Pumpkin spice. Probably going to make me have a bio break. But thank you, Loaf and Jug. And I appreciate the travel stop. The town I stopped in for a refreshment break is Callahan, Colorado. Although I like small towns, this one is a little too small for my taste. It's really just a couple of truck stops, not even a stoplight, but it is a cute little town. If you want to get away from things and you are a farmer, it's not a bad place to be. We are coming up on our first charging stop in Lyman, Colorado. There is a Sinclair station with a cute little plastic fiberglass dinosaur out front. A lot of people get their picture taken at the dinosaur. Doesn't look like anybody's in Arby's today. We have to back in order to charge. So I'm gonna pull forward. Ooh, that's close. Okay, let's charge. Let's go over to the Sinclair station, have a bio break, and see how much I need to charge. I'm charging. And Lyman says I need 25 minutes to get to 90%. I most certainly don't need that much to get where I'm going. But I'm going to stop over, have a bio break, maybe get some more coffee. Well, I got my snacks. I am a sucker for peach trolleys and bugles and all sorts of things. Let's get in the car and see what the state of charge is. There's still some snow on the ground, but not on the highway. It's about 43 degrees. Highway is dry and clear. I-70 is very well maintained, very pleasant road to be on. I certainly like driving it. Let's go to autopilot and enjoy our trip. Gotta love autopilot. I only have to touch the wheel every now and then. Otherwise, I have quite a relaxing drive here in Colorado. Beautiful day, still some snow on the ground. Oh, looks like I need to pay attention here a little bit. Now it's happy. It's a little chilly, but this is how we get to Kansas. Wow, I've got road signs and trucks telling me the road is closed due to an accident. They're gonna have to send us somewhere. So luckily I have plenty of energy and they're gonna have to give us a diversion somewhere. I hope everyone is okay. But in a cold weather, you could definitely have an accident. Let's see what we got. Ooh, fire truck, must be bad. Yep, rollover. Yeah, oh man. That was bad. I hope everyone is okay. Wow, we're entering Kansas and we are in the Central Time Zone. It's just a little block of this portion of the state that's in Central Time Zone, just kind of St. Francis. Here we are, is the Welcome to Kansas sign, yay! So I'm an hour ahead than I was just a few moments ago, but it's only this little part. And when I head back to Goodland, that's actually just about north and south of St. Francis, I won't be in the central time zone. It's an oddity of the time zones, and just something you have to note if you're making reservations in the area. It's a fairly small site, but we are just about there. Historical marker, 1 mile. Here we go. Here it is. Well, let's pull in and I will get angled to be able to get out of here, but let's go take a peek. I'm going to read but one section of the Sand Creek Massacre Monument. It's titled, "The Sand Creek Massacre was a watershed in the history of the Cheyenne people." The sudden vicious attack of Colonel John M. Chivington on Black Kettle's peaceful Cheyenne village on Sand Creek in eastern Colorado, November 29, 1864, destroyed their winter encampment. As many as 163 Cheyenne were slaughtered, many of them women and children. Their village and belongings were in ruins, and more than 500 ponies were captured. Survivors scattered over the blizzard-swept plains, nearly naked and with few blankets. They broke through drifting snow in an effort to reach a friendly village on the Smoky Hill River. Messengers had gone ahead, and the survivors were met about midway with food, clothing, and horses. Upon arriving at Bunches of Timber, or Big Timber, on the Smoky Hill River, they were outfitted and the wounded were treated. Word of the massacre spread quickly among the tribes. The Cheyenne, the Sioux, and the Arapaho were deeply angry. Those who had been uncertain whether peace or war was the best course were forced to choose. Some, including Black Kettle, stayed peaceful. The warriors, however, felt so wrong they began war dances and voiced their fury over the massacre at Sand Creek. Beginning a war in the dead of winter was unusual, but the chiefs were so filled with anger and sorrow that they would not wait for spring. The Cheyenne Council decided to send a messenger to the Sioux and Arapaho, inviting them to join in a war on the whites. Soon after the council broke up, the war pipe bearer left the village, a group of warriors riding with him. The war pipe was smoked, passed first to the Sioux, then the Arapaho. This was the custom, that the war pipe was sent around to ask aid in making war. The tribe that smoked first, thus promising their aid, was the tribe that was given the lead in all moves. The last statement is, soon after the three tribes moved over to Cherry Creek, near the South Fork of the Republican River in far northwest Kansas. There's a post office box here, and it is apparently for you to leave a note. Pretty neato. There's a notepad and a pen in there. Pretty interesting. Here's the notepad that's in there. A lot of people have left messages. Pretty cool. That's quite a memorial. Not a good day for history. And I'm glad someone bothered to put up a little memorial for them and a little sign and a few things representing what went on here. If we don't learn our history, we can't improve. So it was actually quite nice to see it. I took as many pictures as I could. A lot of the notes and historical information are behind glass on a sign, so it's very difficult to see it with a camera. I'll try to look at it and see if I can get some more information about the site and what happened here. But I'm glad I got to stop by, and I'll be heading on now to Goodland, Kansas to get a charge, have lunch, and then head back to Colorado. We are just about in Goodland, where I have to get a much needed charge to make it back to Colorado. I won't be going the same route. I'll be taking I-70 the whole way. I can see the Steak and Shake. There's no one at the chargers. That's welcome, but odd. It has got to be working. I will be in a pickle if at least one of the chargers is not functioning. But I've never been to a site where they aren't. I've been to one where a couple weren't working, but not lacking for a single one. So I'll pull right here. We'll see how we do. Battery low. I haven't had that message before. Yes, it's low. So let's see how we do. It's still blue. It's got to go green. There we go. I've got charging going on. Oh, I forgot my mask. I better get my mask and then go on in to Steak and Shake. Let's see what it's thinking. 45 minutes. That'll be a lot. I don't think I'm going to charge that long. But here comes Steak and Shake. Even though the charging said 45 minutes, I didn't need that much. By the time I had a bacon and cheeseburger with Parmesan fries, I was all charged up and ready to head back to Colorado. Well, done with lunch and just about done with charging. I believe I have plenty to make it back to Lyman, Colorado. So we'll just unhook here. Let me see if I can get the car to open. Boy, that handle gets warm even in the winter. Okay, well, let's get in the car and see what we need to do. Well, we should be able to make it to our first charging stop with plenty of reserve. It's gotten a little warmer. It's now 50 degrees, not 40. And I had a delightful bacon and cheeseburger at Steak and Shake. And we will be back on I-70 heading west momentarily. I wanted to show us getting back into my home state. I've got about 90 miles until I hit my next charge point. I have 200 miles of range for a 90-mile trip. We'll see how we do. It's a little chilly, 42, and I'm using 353 watt hours a mile. Here we are leaving Kansas and coming into colorful Colorado. Hot dog, I'm back in Colorado. I sure do like Arby's cherry turnovers. while I'm charging. Very nice. I'm headed on my way back into town and have really enjoyed my trip on my day off. I certainly like driving. It's been a very pleasant day. I got to learn something at the Creek Encampment. I'll do some more research. But it's nice to go and visit a place like that. Had my favorite hamburger and a nice cherry turnover at Arby's, which I also enjoy, and will make a video when I get home. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you like the material, and I will see you soon.